Alright, Jackie Jones here for the first edition of Drinking with Jack. Now, if you're a fan of Grilling with Jack, you will know that I like to grill some delicious food. If you're grilling the delicious food, you gotta have something delicious to drink with it. Now, for this first episode, I'm actually going to make a shot called the Brain Hemorrhage. It's a lot of fun to make, especially, you know, for like maybe Halloween or at a party. It's kind of a gimmicky drink, but you'll find out why. Now, first of all, I'm going to take, now, most people know dark McGillicuddies for their menthol, for their mint schnapps. But for this one, I'm going to use dark McGillicuddies French Kiss. Now, you can pretty much use any of the kind you like, as long as it's clear. Don't use anything dark. You'll find out why. All right, so you want to fill your shot glass. It might even work best if you have a tall shot glass. But nonetheless, I'm using a regular shot glass here. I want to fill it about halfway, maybe a little bit higher than halfway. All right, now from there, this part, you have to be really careful. You got to be like a friggin' mad scientist, folks, here. Very carefully. You want to take the Irish cream, whatever brand you want, but you got to slowly pour this onto the top because you want it to float on the top of the dark McGillicuddies. Do it real slow like this, and if you see, it'll just float at the top. All right. Now, from there, you take the blue curacao. Now, you've seen this. If you've ever been to a Chinese restaurant, if you had a blue drink, a blue Hawaiian, this is what they use to make it blue. It's kind of like a blue citrus liqueur. All right, now this, you want to be careful too. You want to take just and drop a few drops very carefully. Maybe like 2 drops. And you'll see that it goes through the Irish cream and makes these crazy blue streams. And it's just looking really grotesque. But that is what you want, because this is a cool little gimmicky shot, the brain hemorrhage. It's going to look gross. That is what you're going for. Look at that. That's crazy. Now, after you let that settle, just let it settle there for a minute or so. Let me talk about a few things. I want to give a shout out to some people who really like the videos. I didn't know, because I do In Your Head, do Without Your Head, iWhiteWrestling.com, WithoutYourHead.com, all my horror movie interviews, good stuff, all the wrestling shows live Wednesday night, 8 to 5 p.m. Eastern, In Your Head. So I broke some bulbs down here in the Jackie Jones studio, started doing some grilling videos, and people really enjoyed them. And I want to thank you guys, William Morey. I want to thank my friend Megan. She's really inspired me to do some more videos. The Ultimate Beef, President Clinton, Susie Q out there, Rogue, Mrs. Big Red Machine. There's a lot of people. El Santo's watching with his wife. So thank you guys for watching the videos. All right, from there, you want to take some grenadine, and you want to pour this in not too much. And it's red, and it's going to go right to the bottom because it's heavy syrup. You can actually make your own grenadine. It's pretty easy to do. But anyway, now look at this. This is just this nasty-looking thing. You got the red at the bottom, kind of like blood. You got these weird strands all through the Irish cream, and with blue highlights. It's just nasty-looking, and it's called the brain hemorrhage. Now, what's cool about it is the look. It tastes really good too, but the look, it's this crazy-looking thing. Serve it at a party for Halloween or just for playing around. Some mad scientists around. But what about the taste? You gotta taste it. Really good. You got the vanilla taste. You got the Irish cream. The blue curacao just a little bit. Give it a... That's mostly for the color. Got the grenadines, which is just sweetness. It actually kind of tastes like a melted milkshake. The very center of it has a little weird consistency because it's a little solidified, but it kind of adds to all the madness of this. I'm going to make one more with the mint. The mint gives it a totally different taste, obviously, because it's mint. If you have never had Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol schnapps, it is really potent stuff. Now, obviously, this glass is not clean, so you've already got some crazy happenings going on in here. Again, top it. very slowly with the Irish cream. Very slowly. Just pour it in there. Just so slow. I'm just going to use a little bit this time to show you the difference. If you just use a little bit, you won't have, all the tan at the top. But you'll still get the big streaks from the blue curacao. Check this out. In fact, the mint, in a way, might be better to use because it kind of has a medicine-y taste. Kind of makes you think of maybe a mad scientist. I don't know. Use your own discretion. Now this is really looking nuts. Just looking nasty. Which I said, this is basically what you're going for. You're seeing all these weird streaks down here. All these blue crazy streaks. Just looking nuts. Again, you don't even need the grenadine really. But it just adds some more color. You want some more color in here? You got the blue. Let's add a little more red. Look at that. Craziness. This crazy drink. Telling you, you make that, people are going to have fun drinking it. It's good times. Makes you feel like a kid. You remember Dr. Dreadful as a kid? I remember it. I'm sure a lot of people don't. Michael Kenworthy, actually, former guest of Without Your Head, he was the kid on the cover of the Dr. Dreadful box. Little trivia there for you. He was actually the star of Return of the Living Dead Part 2, and he was the kid in the Blob remake. And a former guest on Without Your Head, and a friend of mine. So Michael Kenworthy, good dude. And so I'm going to call this, we can call this the Michael Kenworthy if you want. But anyway, this is the brain hemorrhage. It's fun. Tastes good. And this is the mint one, so it's going to taste really different than the vanilla one. Again, look at all the streams. I hope it's picking up on the camera. Really crazy stuff. I think I like the vanilla better, but the mint is cool too. The thing with the mint, it's really overpowering, kind of takes away all the flavor of everything else. And you pretty much just taste the mint. But I would go with the vanilla. Either way, it's a winner, especially for the look. Hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you guys have a recipe for me or a particular alcohol you want me to see and make a drink out of, hit me up at jackisbackbrother@hotmail.com or leave me a voicemail 508-644-8503. Always drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. Good drinks, good food, good times. Rate, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time here on Drinking with Jack or Grilling with Jack. Oh, man!